Welcome back to the Hopium Den. Let's get high. We are picking up where we left off, needing an absolute miracle here. I don't have anyone to rebirth, so I'm starting down, and we are very corrupted, and we're in a bad way. But these are the kind of runs that we're going to pull off. Wind, fire. Like, this is good, but I think the drum's almost better on the support action. I will just take an XP, and we run it. Alright, Loot Knight Envoy. We'll take the loot. I could use the loot being a monster soul. I don't think this run has the juice. I really needed a monster soul purchase there, and there wasn't one. So we are just in huge trouble. Alright, we got the tome. Not ideal, but definitely better here. Oh, that just kicked me. Can't say I've had that before. Oh, I know why it's kicked me. Alright, we're good to go. Glad I didn't accidentally scrap that. Sure, we'll take any buff we can get. Yeah, release 2 souls. Sounds good. I would really just like 1. I mean, I knew I was very greedily releasing souls. I 100% deserve what I get this run, but maybe I can at least catch her. I would love to do a run with the poison heal idea. I think that plus Tatzelworm would go insane, and I have a blank memento. Let's go. So my only goal in life is trying to break right here. Alright, as long as they both survive, I at least get the catch and we know what we're doing for our next run. Alright, we got the stagger. Heck yeah, I'm catching our rare guy. Nyx. Oh, I'm so glad. I wanted to start with Nyx so bad, so I am very glad we had the choice to get the chance to get Nyx here. Alright, we can't one-shot. Because I captured, I can't do any of that. Alright, I'll keep spreading the terror. The terror gives me a chance at dodging, but I don't have much natural dodge, so we're in trouble. Wow. So it does damage and a big heal, and a big poison. I love that combo. That's going to be a really cool carry to build around. Boo. We were just biding our time. I knew that this run would not be great. I guess the second half of this run, I should say, would not be great. We knew that. There was no way I was coming back from the disadvantage we were in, but I was willing to try it. I mean, it could have went very different if that epic item was a memento, or if we were able to win one fight and get a blank memento. We could have went back and summoned, and I'm still would have been very corrupted, but would have at least been on neutral terms. Tough run, man. I mean, Minnow was a great pivot. Wormling wasn't as good of a pivot. Batman was for sure. Alright, what did I want to buy? Probably Nyx as a starter, considering how excited I am to run Nyx. I feel like that's my most important purchase here. How expensive is Nyx going to be? 200 because he's special. Dang. Alright. It's worth it. It's worth it. We don't regret it. With 70, I don't think I can get much. Maybe I can get like a bigger heal or something here. Nothing. Need 200 there. Hey, homeboy, we just got him. Look at our town filling up. Yeah, 70's not enough for anything there. Alright, next time. Were we on heroic? Yeah, we definitely were. Alright, here we go. I know I'm also putting myself at a disadvantage, because every time I start over with a new character... Ooh, what are we gonna... Oops. I was gonna say, what are we gonna name Nyx? And I clicked too fast. Giving me, like, mermaid vibes. Alright, so Nyx is gonna naturally be a lot of poison and some heal. We tried showing off Tatzelworm, and I didn't do a very good job. But I think Tatzelworm as like my primary damage dealer and getting out more poison feels like a really good combo. Earthwind. Alright, let me look at Nyx a second here. Applies poison to the enemy with the lowest amount of poison, heals all allies, heals target ally. Alright, and has better Aether generation, so kind of like a better ooze without the tankiness. Earth, water. That's what I was peeking at. So this would be Earth, Fire, Earth, Wind. I think I like the idea of the regen, and then if we could get a true kind of tanky unit, we'd be good to go. So that's the third role we need to fill, but that's alright. We're off to a good start. So shield or crit. The extra hits feel good, and I'm going to do that on probably Tatzelworm, because I might end up doing support stuff here. No, I actually think I put this here, because when I do damage, I heal, and when I heal, I poison, so really, I just want to be running damage. Alright, there we go. Ooze, you still in range? Oh, alright, oh well. If we kill Hey off the start, we're good. Alright, heal's not needed, but we get the damage off because of it. And then we're going to get our poison damage here. Unfortunately, I am giving him multiple power, but that poison's going to stack. And now the heal's more effective next turn. Alright, I think the stagger here, damage up top, feels like a really good turn. We already snuck a crit in there, which is big. Ooh, I just don't have any tankiness right now. Oh boy. Nothing like trying to build around someone and losing them the first battle. This is insane. Alright, we gotta heal. I am not losing Nyx. Alright, this gets the stagger, gets the poison enough that they're dead. I will do this to heal. Maybe I should have taken the shield generator. The game said, you don't have any of this. Are you sure you don't want it? And I said, no thank you, game. I'm going to make bad choices. Alright, Monster Soul off the start. Straight to the next world. Maybe. But I would like the XP. Getting greedy. Oh, let me get back up there. We definitely have the water attack, so just stopping Tatzelworm feels like a strong first or second turn. It'd be interesting if this game let you choose first or second. I mean, I get why it doesn't, but like with a heal comp like this, I would almost rather go second so that I was healing, but at the same time, just insta-killing one's worth it. So, just kind of a unique strategy there. Alright, I keep doing what I can to just scale the poison as fast as possible. Give me that extra hit. Nope, we didn't get it. But with the poison, should be dead next turn. Does get a little heal. That sidekick's not going to come into play. How much poison can we get? 3, 4? Okay, good, and dead. Double crit. Let's go, Tatzelworm. You the goat. The glass cannon build is off to the races. Wow. I mean, polluted feels really good. So we would then be attacking, getting 6 more damage and 6 more poison out. But Blood Pact is kind of crazy. That incentivizes me healing so much. Because then if I heal allies, I'm hitting everything with water with a better chance to, like, stagger. So I think Blood Pact is worth it, even though it's less damage. Man, I don't know. I'm gonna stick, I think, with the poison. I'm generating a lot of earth right now with both of them being earth. Applies 2 poisons, then trigger. Crit chance every 3 crits. Generate wild. At the start of combat, when it applies 1 force to self. Man, tough choices. I think for either of these to be worth it, I just need a higher crit chance. This is also nice because, I mean, it does guarantee a crit, and I naturally get quite a few, so the crit damage goes hard. Alright, I'll take this and hope I can get my crit higher with different options. Alright, we got a blank memento. Nice. Yeah, let's keep the worthiness going on probably Tatzelworm. If we can get him to 3, that's going to help. Come on, get up there. Not quite. Alright, definitely worth it. Loot, Knight, and Envoy. Let's go get some loot, see what we get. I'd be down for like 2 XP right now. Okay, Nyx. Let's go. So, very good, but not what we want. I actually think Jotun's probably the best fit for what we want from like a true tank role with this comp. And I had luck with like a Jotun Ooze, Tatzelworm team back during the demo, so this is very similar. It's just using Nyx instead of Ooze, who's probably significantly better in the same role. Because I'm afflicting my team less and helping out a little bit more. Alright, so I ended up choosing that. So this is going to do even more poison to someone, but it is going to burn my earth. I think this is worth it. Oh, I can hear my little one having a meltdown. Alright, be back later. Alright, all is right with the world. Man, kind of hard to use this just to finish a kill. The shield redirect is huge. I don't want to lose Nyx to this oncoming explosive rush. And I think I'm going to get the poison down here. I mean, the 9/9 goes crazy off the start. Whew. I mean, I did give him the power. It's my own fault, but... Man, Hey is just a scary dude. So this gets me very close to killing with the poison. Alright, poison's going crazy. We don't have a redirect. He's just healing himself. We're in a good spot. You can keep refreshing, my dude. Good luck with that 10 poison. I know I could do the more focused heal on teammates, but just healing everyone and stacking up poison feels amazing. Bigger damage and stagger. Look at all those crits. What is Tatzelworm's crit chance right now? He is hitting so many crits. Better than nothing. That's exactly what we need. Oops. Alright. Ooh, I can't say I've seen this before. That's pretty cool. Love that. Townspeople helping me out now that I've rescued them. I mean, it's gotta be Hey Hey. It's always gotta be Hey Hey. I'm not ignoring that explosive rush. He doesn't have a fire, so he can't do it this turn. Sad that I'm scared of him enough that I know all his potentials. Alright, let's start taking out one of these guys. I mean, I don't have the ability to stagger Hey Hey this turn. I'm going to save up for the Fire Claws next turn. Double crit. Alright. Jotun, way to do your Jotun things. That's exactly what I need, my dude. Oh, I didn't get it. Uh-oh. And of course he's doing it, so can I triple attack into him and kill? Probably not. I'm probably short without it. Neither of you guys can generate me fire. Shoot. And if I triple attack into him, that's going to be 3 power. At least the top guy doesn't have sidekick. So it's got to be the shield redirect there. I'll attack once here, get some poison going. And then I can stagger here. Hate leaving their scariest guy towards the end, but I just didn't have a good way to stagger, and attacking into him. I mean, I should have the first turn, is probably the answer, but that's alright. Alright, we attack and heal, and we get out of here. Alright, these are going to be big level up choices. Kinda love this. 3 attacks, so higher chance at crit. When I do crit, I add poison, and then I'm instantly triggering that poison. You know, there is a world where Chain Lightning is really good, because it's bigger damage, right? 2 by 6, and then 1 by 8. I just have to crit. There's a world where both of these are good. I think I'm far enough into the poison build that triggering an extra 10 plus poison on people is probably my better choice, and the extra attack increases my chance of the crit. We're gonna take True Grit. Anything secret up here? Not that we found so far. Oh, yep, there we go. Let's take out you with your sidekick and stealth. I don't know that I have the normal guy. I might just have the... That would only leave me 1, which means I can't do this. So I'm going to do this. Just one-shot him. Love that. Alright, we start doing damage here. We got a stagger, so we get our force. Now our force is a guaranteed crit, so this is even better. With this attack, he dies on poison, and I should trigger some poison on the other guy as well. And then, can't quite stagger, but the redirect is big and gives me extra shield. "17 shield in a turn, that's pretty good for the first third of the map. Nice little triple attack action, and we're out of here. Stagger gives me force. Okay. Pretty easy fight. We're a little ahead of the curve right now, it feels like, because of Tatzelworm's damage. Alright, Smog's pretty good, except I'm getting pretty greedy with my Earth Ether. Permanently increase their health by 3. I mean, this is pretty nice, but I'm not, like, cleansing debuffs or anything. I did get it early enough that potentially I'm getting health up by like 10 by the end of the run. So it's pretty solid. But honestly, his first, like, attack, heal, with the heal I do poison, it's just so much better. So I'm going to reroll. So I always like having something to hit all people in a run. Slime Volley's pretty darn good. Snow Charm's not bad because the heal would get poison off. I'm also getting shield off, and it's a free action. Also, just being able to trigger that poison for free is like 10 damage at the start of the turn, potentially on every monster, and then we go from there. But I'm going to take Snow Charm. I think that's a very mediocre one, but it works with what we're in right now. Right, Aether, random. We're going to go Aether Spring. At this difficulty, having something to heal corruption off is going to be pretty important. Did we get a better tank here? I mean, kinda. Goliath goes crazy in every comp. We're gonna leave it alone. Alright, water would be nice. Corruption cleanse, there we are. We spoke it into existence. The double Wormlings I don't love because of their power, but we'll see how this goes. So we only have one, so the redirect down here is my best play with the earth, or sorry, with the wind, because that gets huge shield. That keeps this probably my best play here, but that's going to consume my earth, which just means I basic attack. That's alright. I'm going to try and get one of these guys down in range for the poison to kill. Might need to choose a skill or two for Aether here soon. Like, I'm not bad off, but I definitely could have more productive turns with better generation. The kill here and the heal for 5 feels good. I could stagger there. Alright, let's do the viral here. This staggers and we'll kill with the poison. And then I think the stagger is always kind of the best way to prevent damage, and that gets us 2 force. So now we can just work our way through this last part of the fight. Poison's gonna do its thing, and we are out of here. Boom, boom. Gonna keep making bad decisions and release all these souls, just like last round. Went so well for us. Thing is, like, I know it's not always the best choice, and I know they just tempt you, because then later in the runs you're in real bad shape like that. But at the same time, like, I kind of want to give each run the best chance I can with who I'm building it around, because once you start losing guys, the traits don't necessarily fit anyway, and you're worse off. Alright, so I want to do my redirect play. That's my most important thing, especially fighting the double hey-heys. Who's doing explosive rush? You are. Hate this, but I don't want to give him more power, but I'd like to one-shot him next turn. Ooh. Jotun is close to dying. That means he's not redirecting. Okay, I can't really do that. I could do this. That's a bigger heal. Alright, I don't think Orpheus can get through by himself. 7-7. Nope, still had shield. Alright, we kill Hey Hey, and then we focus Orpheus. Because then if we kill him first, the sidekick is not scary. Gonna actually do it here, because I think I can kill... Yeah. This should win it on the double poison. Alright, gonna pick our traits here. Nice. Heal generator +3. That's massive. What a worthiness level up trait. That is insane. I mean, lightning shield's kind of everything we want. I don't really want him attacking. So I'll take it. If I can keep finding ways to get his shield higher and higher and higher, that's exactly what I need. So, because I'm so set with what I need to do there, I think giving Tatzelworm an extra... Probably fire, because I'm already generating earth with 2 people. I'll do fire. It's not the one I want. Like, more earth is more damage for this run, but it's what I'm struggling to make the most right now without having any wild Aether. So, sticking more on the conservative side there, but I stand by it. Alright. Rare, Witch, Merchant. We've got enough gold, I think the Merchant's worth it here. I mean, this is kind of everything we want on Tatzelworm. I do really like the harp later in runs. Alright, We're in a good spot. I'm going to call it there. I got to get my little one ready for this Halloween party, but we're going to come back and beat the boss here real shortly. I'll patch all these together. Alright, time to kick the warden's butt. We are fighting the not power warden. We're fighting the weakness one, so that's significantly easier. Alright, we stick with our redirect, get that 20 shield. Here, with double attacks going down here, the shield heal poison feels like a pretty solid turn. Can get additional poison and healing. Yeah, with this poison we should be able to make mincemeat of him pretty quickly. Just going to be keeping Jotun alive on the tank end. Alright, doesn't get through our shield. Got weakness. We don't care about weakness there. Doesn't get through our shield. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, I lied. This one does get power. So this one's what? Power, weakness, purge. Tank, weakness, purge. So how's he getting power? Shield, Aether, Earth damage. Okay. Guess it doesn't really matter. I was more just curious than anything. So top and bottom and mid. Alright. Let's see. That would consume my only redirect action. That's pretty much all we care about, is keeping the redirect on Jotun, so no one else takes damage. I mean, this might be worth it this turn, but we'll do the stagger, because then Tatzelworm will do stagger damage. And because we had that extra earth, the poison goes insane. We got the force. $14.6, more poison, 20 at the end of this turn, he's at 200. With the stagger, he's not getting through our shield again, we don't care about the weakness, we're chilling. Alright, what do we get? Alright, this feels really good. Triple crit. And the poison scales like crazy. Keep our redirection going down low here. And we'll be basic up top. That's fine. That damage was worth it on Tatzelworm. The 60 poison damage? That's insane. Insane. Alright, we don't really care about anything else he's doing. We're out of there. Nice. Defense up from Jotun, that's big. Double level up here. These are big traits. Oh man, these are all so good. So this is huge for the poison damage itself. So I think I'm going to take the poison damage there. I kind of like poison triggering early, but poison damage being doubled. So then would it trigger at the end of the turn, or it doesn't trigger at all? And I need to trigger it. That's the only thing I'm not sure about. I think just taking an extra hit feels good with how many crits I'm doing. Probably not the most essential thing I could have received there, but that's alright. Alright, we're up to 12. 12 actually does let me buy an extra XP, so I'm going to run back here. Nice, Jotun's close. Alright, let's get out of here. Getting a little corrupted on Jotun, but overall, this is working. 20, we're back to normal. We get our heal. That would have been good. That would have been really good. Yeah, that's my own fault. Oh well. I mean, there was no way I was going to save 30. So random, envoy, knight. We'll go knight, see if we can get an epic item. I'm sticking with this team. We got what we need right now. What you going to give me, my man? I actually think the blade's decent because of our crit chance. So I will take this. Earth damage, debuff mitigation. I don't really have a way to heal debuff, so I do think this is probably pretty valuable. I'll take the team play there, and we'll see how this goes. Probably he's the most annoying with Sidekick. The Terror gets old, but I can kill him second. That was our extra damage on the crit we just got. Already paying off. And insta-dead turn 1 with the bigger poison damage. He didn't even make it through our shield, and now we're going to target him down. I'm just going to stay on the redirect. It's crazy with only like 1.5 people doing damage that I'm pretty much killing every turn. Come on, stack up that poison. The poison will get close, so I'm going to do this. Alright, heal. I didn't have the extra earth for bigger poison. That's alright, though. The Brightful Lightning will get through. We're taking a little damage. The poison almost killed him at the end of the turn. Alright, looking really strong. So he's dead to poison, so now I'm just going to focus the chef. Yes, chef. I mean, I guess. A little bit of shield, wipe both. More poison. Oh no, he's healing and shielding. I mean, the burn's a little annoying, but it doesn't matter. It's all fake. Alright, he's dead to poison. Oh, we'll get Joan a little damage here. You need a little damage, my man. Alright, Joan, what'd you get? I'd love something with redirect. Wow. I mean, this is pretty big. I have enough other heals that it's not essential. This makes the retaliate plays better, but I need something that redirects and retaliates skill-wise. So not perfectly ideal, but the thing is, like, every turn Nyx is healing. So as great as this trait is, I don't really need it. Versus this, extra shield multiple times means my bigger redirect retaliate turns would be more beneficial. So I think it has to be incorruptible. Because that opens up the door for retaliate stuff to be better. Versus right now there's zero incentive for me to take retaliate. Alright, almost there on Tatzelworm. We are strong enough here, we can definitely release a soul. I'm gonna jinx it, but I stand by it. Alright, Grimoire, Goliath, no Fustu. That's the order we're shooting for. I mean, I say that, but the instant stagger feels pretty good to not give all the teammates shield, and this will get poison shenanigans going, so I'm fine with this play. Yeah, sure. Double stagger. Grimoire doesn't get any elements other than what Grimoire makes. Not the turn we had in mind at all, but still a very, very strong turn one. I like this comp because it's pretty flexible, right? Other than Jotun being set in stone, just trying to shield and retaliate, I have a lot of flexibility for what I'm doing every round. I'm just keeping all the redirects I can going. So this with poison's a guaranteed kill. Not a terrible hexing hard time to avoid that. Basic attack 12, 12 and 3. I mean, if each poison's 4, he should be dead. So I'm going to do this for the sake of science. And then now we didn't get the elements we need there, but we can do more damage here than to Grimoire, and we get our poison up. So 15 poison, and he had 5. So it was 3? 3 per poison? It's interesting, because each debuff's supposed to be 4, but I don't feel like that math ever quite maths. If you guys know how that exactly works out, please let me know. Alright, Viral Bloom kind of goes crazy. And then Nyx can break, or sorry, stagger. Well, never mind. Not even important, because he's dead on poison, so Nyx just kills here. I'll do a basic attack up top, and we're out of this fight. Easy claps. Look at the poison team go crazy. Alright, big skills here. Ooh. The Smog for 1 feels okay. I guess the free action heal feels fine. Alright, what's the Skull do? Whenever this monster applies a debuff, 20% chance, initial temporary power. I mean, I guess it's fine here, because every time I'm applying a poison, it has a chance at more, but it's not like it's not a super impactful item, but it's fine for now. Alright, what do I gotta do to get up here? There we go, that was solid. Let's not jump in the hole. Alright, are we not gonna let me Void Blitz? That was kind of crazy. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. I mean, no one on my team uses water, so it's kind of a waste, but that waste gets me free poison. That would consume my only 1 and stagger, so this is more impactful than the Earth Poison from Nyx. Alright, so he's probably dead. The basic breaks here, because I would consume the Earth I just generated, versus this will heal and get more poison. Poison for everyone. I mean, the double stagger feels kinda crazy. Double stagger goes kinda crazy. And then here we could take our free action for poison. Is it worth capturing the crab? I mean, not really, but I'm up to 5, so it's fine. the Shambler. I think Shambler Grimoire would be an insane combo if you can have someone take the damage. But we'll try and build around that at some point. Shield Redirect, we're only taking one attack, but I'd rather take it on Jotun than Tatzelworm. Alright, so Shambler's dead to the poison, so we just gotta focus top. The crit got through and killed. That poison's all fake because he's in the grave. Give him... Oh no, we got rid of our staff. I was like, give him the extra hit. Nope. Alright, we are looking really, really strong. Kinda just working this whole second area. Jotun, what'd you get, my man? Ooh, Glacier Shield isn't bad. It's kind of like Stone Fist. Two by 3 redirect. This would give me a different element, 2 by 6, so a bigger shield. So I'm going to take Drift Shield here. Nice. Next fight, Tatzelworm will be up there. I think we've already fought everyone here. Cook, Aether Spring, random. Cook it is. We like the Cook. I think the Envoy is the weakest one. You could convince me otherwise, but that's kind of what my gut says right now. Alright, Cook. Ooh, Tatzelworms are big damage. I think we get Tatzelworm as many traits and damage as we can. I mean, it's gotta be sleight of hand. Extra crit damage goes crazy. We're guaranteeing crit, which works with the one skill I have, which then triggers all of poison. You seem like there's more to you. It feels like that's like a rare monster hiding out there or something. Let's go. A shifted Mephisto. He looks sweet. Alright, this is a catch for sure if we can. Alright, we get the free heal. That gives us poison off the bat. We take the burn up top, which is a little annoying. I mean, this just goes insane here. So let's do this first. This is going to give us the catch and the stagger. Don't kill him, please. Affliction, poison, burn. Sweet. Alright, gotta be the redirect here. And I think if we do the basic attack... I'll do it here to get some poison going. I was going to do it on the shifted one just a guaranteed kill, but it's fine. I mean, the 8 will get close. 8 did 17. How does 8 do 17? Like, that's... the math just never quite works out. Maybe they have, like, the debuff mitigation where they take 1 less damage. That's where I have, like, an idea of how much damage it's going to do, but do I know the exact number? No. No, I do not. Alright, we got to kill the shifted one. That should not be too hard. I don't want to use that for the redirect purposes, so I do think this is my best play. 7 for 11, but his regen's going to trigger first. I think I'm okay to attack here. Because I should theoretically get some poison out as well. The only thing that scares me a little is I might not kill that shifted. I should, right? Because, what, 8 did 17? So even with the regen, 7, 15? I'm going to miss it by like 2, aren't I? I'm going to miss it by like 2. We'll see. I really don't want to miss it. 5 puts him at 16. Oh, and he healed off. Okay. Burn wave. We're alive. Nyx is going to take big damage here. Nice. Jotun with the redirect. We needed that. Ooh, sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. So he healed off 2 debuffs, and that's what triggered. Alright. I would kind of just love to kill without having Nyx take the burn, but I don't think that's possible. Alright, that was a little sketchier of a fight. I know I sacrificed some corruption for that experiment, but that's alright. That's how I figured it would go, and I felt safe HP-wise to risk it there. I really don't feel that these are worth it. I'm going to save my souls for the 3rd area. Double Grimoire, you're a problem. Alright, so we got the redirect, we got the free shield turn. We go this route. We then go this route for more poison. We're going to hit the guy who's already close to being staggered. That does leave me a basic attack here, but that's still an insane basic attack. So 11. We got to pay attention to how much damage we do down there. So 4 for 10, 11 for 24. Like, I still can't get that math to work. 4 is like a little under 3, and then 11 for 24. Even if he healed a couple off, that's not 4, it's not 3. I think if I looked at every single character's traits and said, like, okay, you're doing this, you're doing this. Ooh, this is going to be a big damage turn. I can't say I love them hitting everyone. I mean, I think it's more important for me to do the Viral Burst and Stagger 1, so I'm not taking damage on everyone multiple times. We just straight up got the one shot there because of the crits. I know that redirect's not going to save because it's an AoE attack, but now I have 2 redirects out, and I'll at least do this for more poison. Alright, Tatzelworm's got to live here. 7/7 2 terror, a little underwhelming. That's a good thing, that's a good thing. Later, Gator. Alright, next, what do we get? For every 15 by shield on this monster, generate wild. The thing is, I'm not doing any shield really here. So it's a great trait, but I'd have to completely change what Jotun's doing with like a free action to then shield Nyx to then... I mean, I could try and use the free action shield on myself, but I just don't think it's worth it. I am triggering the poison with every crit hit enough that I honestly think doubling it might be good. Or do I reroll? This is a tough choice because I don't really know what my other options are with Nyx. But I've hit incubation a couple times. It's a normal one, so I'm going to reroll. I mean, deals water hit to all, 1 for every 5. So it's only like a 3 damage water hit, but this is going to help hit everything and stagger. So I'm going to take that for sure. Especially when I'm fighting towards the end, stuff that's going to help me stagger feels really strong. Weakness, earth damage, nah. The blood fountain. Oh, and pick a curse. Alright, we're going to risk it. I mean, I don't really care about reducing that. The crit chance is obviously the best. 1 random buff. The only buffs I have are force. So it would take away my force, but I don't need force. What is my crit chance right now? So my base crit chance is 25%. With this, it's 45%. So if I take this, I'm basically critting every single hit. I don't need to care about force at all. Alright, everything's a crit. I am getting pretty corrupted on Tatzelworm. I do need to keep an eye on that. We only got 1 green, so that means we need to do the redirect. Ooh, I could consume both of these, but then I lose my free actions for poison. Yeah, you're doing Stone Fist. We kind of hate that. With the water damage at the end of the turn, we should stagger him. I mean, double stagger just kind of feels crazy. And we redirect here. So I might get this wrong, but I think now with this water attack at the end of my turn, it should still count towards stagger. Let's see. Yep. Yep. Alright, we got that interaction right. Shambler's about dead. If I consume the smog here, I could then still do this. Can't Viral Bloom unless I basic attack here. That'd give me a Water Earth, which is enough to Viral Bloom and kill either of them. That's not worth it at all. Alright, so Shield Redirect, basic attack with Nyx, and then Viral Bloom, we kill the one that's hitting everyone. And you're already dead on poison. So I'll just hit here. Oh no, I'm gonna consume an earth. Fudge. Alright, it's all good, it's all good, it's all good. So I think the Toxic Slime plus the poison is a kill. The Stone Fist is always a big hit, but that's alright. I mean, we're just going to do damage. It doesn't really matter. The water damage at the end of the turn would be a guaranteed stagger, but it doesn't matter because Tatzelworm just murders him. This team's going crazy. I love this comp. I've set up something similar in the past with Ooze instead of Nyx, but Nyx feels a lot stronger. Alright, so triggers poison on everyone, feels amazing. What would I get rid of? Smog? I mean, I always have more than 8 shield with the way I'm playing this. So it's not that beneficial, but it's not bad. How many wind actions am I doing? Snow Charm sometimes is the only one. And we're pretty much always keeping redirect, so I think Protector feels the best. Defense is defense. That might keep me from getting one shot at some point. Alright, Tatzelworm, here we go. Alright, Tatzelworm, here we go. Oh, let's go. Alright, Tatzelworm is hella corrupted now. I do have to be careful. That was pretty greedy. But once you risk it once or twice, I'm definitely going to risk it a third time. Alright, we get a merchant after. We're pretty strong right now, which we could reroll, or an epic loot drop. If we rerolled, what would we reroll is the question. Maybe Restore doesn't do me anything. Crit supply poison, crit damage scales, crit damage scales. On crit, we get an extra hit. Good, good. Good just because it uses fire, and really strong. Protector's not great. Drift Guard, we're using the water for other stuff, so actually that's a little underwhelming. So I could reroll Drift Guard, but I think an Epic Loot's just better. I think an Epic Loot's just better. Alright, Tides of the Void and water. That does limit what Nyx wants to do, because literally everything Nyx does is water. But that does mean I probably only want to do one free water action, not two. But also 2 gets me more poison, so I don't really care. I'll give him the wild. The more poison we can stack, I think he's dead before he knows what's hitting him anyway. Man, I don't have the redirect, but I'm taking it top and bottom. At least I'm not taking it on Tatzelworm, so I'm okay with that. We don't want to trigger that poison, I just want to stack more. I mean, 4x2, I have a really high chance of critting. Those crits are going to apply more poison, so I think the damage of this probably outscales my earth damage. And we got another crit on our extra hit. And then, unfortunately, I don't have a very good turn here. But now, element-wise, we go crazy. Basic attack for 10, basic attack for... Ooh, that was even less. Because he has defense 2 versus my other guy has defense 1. That was the difference in the math there. I'm trying to focus on the interactions a little bit more in this video, just because they're so important later on as I keep getting to higher difficulties. So this would consume a water, that would consume a water. Shield self, applies redirect. So this is a more impactful redirect turn than this. But either way, I'm really healthy, so... We'll do the shield here. Can't do another free action, but this at least gets close to staggering. But this does stagger, so I would like to use it here. And then 3 earth. Trying to figure out how I can be cute and double stagger. I don't know that I can, but I also don't like taking that much damage. Alright, well this would at least stop the AoE attack. I'm gonna let Tatzelworm take this hit, which isn't ideal, but I'll at least heal the full beforehand. Alright. He's up to 3 wild. Our poison continues to scale, so should be getting close to dying this turn. Okay, we do the heal there. We do the damage and heal here. This feels like a really good turn to purge, but it doesn't matter. so I'm going to take the heal here. I think this has to be the redirect of the solo attack, or else Nyx is dead. Because I have redirect, at least I'll take less damage as well. Then we do big damage here. Alright, we need to live this turn. 69. Hey. Alright, not bad, not bad. And he should be dead this turn with that much poison. I don't care what element it is, we're just trying to get as many heals as poison as we can right now. Alright, that still leaves me 2 earth. Oh, I needed a water to trigger. That's alright. Boom, 67 bomb. Dead. So that's where, like, that last turn, doing the poison damage at the start of the turn still saved me, but at the same time, crit chance for every 3 crits, generate wild. Man, these are all so good. That's the thing, every Tatzelworm trait is just so valuable. I mean, I think having some element generation just feels insane. In every 3 crits, I'm literally critting 3 times most turns. So I think I gotta take that, because now with the wilds, I just scaled what I'm doing a lot. Alright, Tatzelworm is still hella corrupted, but that's alright. Heck yeah, we like the Forbidden Focus. We say that's charming every time. I mean, let's see here. These all count as support actions, what I'm actually doing. So it would give me another heal, but I lose this shield. Nyx, I'm doing at least 2 support actions a turn. I don't do basic attacks there. The crit chance doesn't matter, the temporary power doesn't matter. So I think the skull is better. No, this is better. I just don't want to spend up for it. I take this on Nyx, I think. I take it on Nyx. It's not great, but it's fine. Alright, I like the idea of the blank memento, but I think I have 4 or 5 yet. Neither of those are better than the armor. Shielding everyone for 10 might save me from an AoE murdering me. So I think this is probably valuable, and then we take the XP. Alright. Envoy Knight Aether. Let's go Knight. If we could get armor, like an epic armor, that would absolutely just save this run. There was some incentive to the Aether Spring. Applies power, initial force, wind, salve. Dang, none of these are what I want. I mean, it's gotta be the salve. Has to be, but that's alright. I mean, it was pretty risky, right? We only really wanted armor. So to give it up and hoping to hit just one type of item is pretty low odds. Alright, the Omits are healthy enough that they're actually kind of annoying, so I'll try and break and catch the Shinx first. I'm gonna miss having the extra shield, but that's alright. What's that do? That doesn't allow me to attack then, because I have no other water. This consumes there, which allows me to not do this, and this is more impactful because it's a stagger. We're gonna do this. Bang, bang. Heck yeah, we're gonna catch the shifted. Love that. That's a good start to the third area for sure. Now I have 2. Which means the shield here feels nice. Let's get some poison going. The damage here with poison feels good. Alright, we redirect. We do take a little damage, but not the end of the world. So Shinx has 2 regen, but should be dead on poison. If I consume that, I have 1 and 1. Versus if I consume that, I lose my redirect. Okay. I mean, he definitely should be dead on poison, but I just want to guarantee it, which isn't going to work anyway, because they have redirect. That's fine. Should be dead, right? 2 regen. Healing +1, though. It feels bad to do 40 damage for nothing, but you're setting up, you're just attacking the bottom, but then you're going to sidekick attack Jotun. I really don't think he's going to die. I really don't think he's going to die. I guess maybe with that 3rd crit. Well, no, but it went to bend to him. I think with the 2 regen, he lived there. The Sprout means we're going to redirect into the bottom. That means I'm just going to attack into the bottom anyway. Actually, if I attack here, then it at least burns his redirect, so get that used up. So if I do this, I can then still get a big attack. So let's do the viral. Boom, 2020. That should be a free action, so then I still get to do massive damage. We hit 6 times. That's insane, I love it. Alright, we're gonna take the... I mean, 27 versus 33, we'll lose it at the end of the turn anyway. 27 feels like more than enough. Yeah, that wild generation was absolutely huge with Tatzelworm. That's what, 4 or 5 wild Aether I've been able to generate? At 1. What an annoying pain. I really want to make a regen build work. There's a world where like you do huge damage for the amount of regen you have. And I think that would be very beneficial, like just a really cool regen damage comp, but I haven't been able to make it work so far. So heal 10, die. Alright, with that extra poison, he's for sure dead. I mean, I can just do the viral bloom again. Dead, 28. And murdered. And with the salve, we heal off corruption. I still would rather have armor, but we'll see what we hit. Nice, healing +1, that's big. What do we get? We got Viral Bloom as well, but I have other free actions I'd rather do. I actually think this is worth it, because I don't have any other way to heal debuffs. So this, we get rid of Restore, for sure. That's a great change. I mean, it's good, but it's not worth the trade there. Hey, a little shifted Tatzel action. I think we already have the shifted Tatzelworm. But that's fine. Tatzelworms are still super scary poison-wise. I do have to be careful. I can't just spam the Viral Bloom this time, because they're going to be poisoning me back. But I shall do more poison than they do, guaranteed. Alright, this, plus the water damage at the end of the turn, will get him close to being staggered. I will just take the stagger. I guess I should have done the attack with Tatzelworm and then tried to capture and then the redirect, but I really think I have the shifted Tatzelworm. And even if I don't, I'm not going to do back-to-back Tatzelworm runs, so I'm okay with how things worked out. It's all fine. Alright. Not our best turn, not our worst. So this feels like a Heal Friends and then Cleansing Rain. 2x5, 2x4, so we take this. Get rid of some of those debuffs and corruption, and we stack poison like crazy. We're doing Fire Claws up top to Nyx, but I can redirect if I attack here. And this is a bigger shield, so we'll do that. Did not make it through the shield, does get poison off, we don't care, we're out of here. Let's go. Got a little sketchy there, just because I couldn't redirect both single target attacks that turn, and neither of them targeted Jotun, but it is what it is. So far we've made it through the AoE, we've made it through some of those sketchy times, so we're doing okay. This gives me a free way to shield myself, to then potentially do something else with shield. So I will take the Diamond Charm over the Ice Smash. Literally all he's doing is 4 different ways to shield. Hey, when you're good at something, stick with it. Ooh, love to see that. Shifted Medusa, let's go. The purple and kind of yellowy gold, that's a sweet color pattern. Alright, I need to respect Nyx though. The poison healing is going to be super annoying. Alright, I only have 1 water. And I think it's got to be this for a stagger off the bat. This is insane that I can get through 8 in 1 turn. But I'm going to do this for the catch. It's not my best strategic play, but I'm going to do it for catch purposes. Because you don't see shifted people in the 3rd stage very often. You don't even make it to the 3rd stage sometimes. Alright, love that. We want to do a free action. Yeah, probably this. Jotun has some debuffs, but we're doing okay right now. And we attack here, we'll poison probably Nyx. Okay, that's big. And then here we redirect for sure. no surprises. We're doing okay. I am starting to get pretty poisoned, so it'd be a good... Ooh, come on, Nyx. Nice, nice. You made it through. It's a very good Cleansing Rain turn. And I only have 2 waters, but if I Viral Bloom, I probably get a wild, which then I can consume. Alright, let's just get a ton of poison off. So this would then consume, so I don't have the redirect. I need the redirect. And then as much as I want to do huge damage to someone else, my damage just isn't quite where I need it, so I think I have to kill here. Not what we want to do. I'd rather do 50 damage to something else rather than 20, but I just also couldn't ignore the poison, right? With his woes and then Nyx doing stuff as well, if I didn't kill that Medusa and ignored cleansing the debuffs, I would have been up to like 12 to 15 poison right now. So it was worth it. Worth it so much, it's probably worth me doing it again. That'd be 1 and 1. I could still do it there. Alright. Everyone's back to full. We get rid of most of our poison. We're stacking it up like crazy on Nyx. Nyx is going to heal Medusa. I mean, this is still probably worth it damage-wise. Alright, with the heal, might not die, but if the poison triggers first, we're fine, and he's just healing, so actually the basic attack for damage doesn't feel half bad. Dead, heal, we don't care about. And we should be able to one turn Nyx here. I was going to say one tap, but I'm like, that's pretty greedy. I don't know that we can actually one tap, but we should be able to kill this turn for sure. So I could trigger the poison on everyone, but I don't feel like doing that damage to myself. So Viral Burst, let's just scale the poison and dead no matter what. And then here we finish with Leeching. Look at all that Aether we have left. Starting to go crazy. Other than making sure we have 1 wind every single time for Jotun, like we're really not using too much. I'm saving my last reroll for an aura. Cleanse 4 and applies. I mean, it's got to be better than this, right? Because it also gives me a temporary power, and I'm supporting every turn. Two more skill rerolls? Let's go. Those were big finds, big finds. Alright, we're going to make sure to hit some aura traits we need next time. This is exciting. We're looking really strong. Oh, Cook, Merchant, Aether Spring. I am starting to take a little bit of corruption on 2 guys, so Aether Springs wouldn't be bad. Merchant, we have 30 gold, so I could potentially buy an epic item. Especially if it was armor, that'd be huge. Getting 2 to 4 XP, that potentially could push Tatzelworm to 10. So all these are very valuable. Oh, I don't know what to pick here. I mean, I think my items are okay. 2 to 4 XP probably gets me an extra level. Aether Spring probably keeps Nyx going into the last fight with no corruption, which is pretty big for those shenanigans. Fudge, man. I think I'm going to greed the X... No, because the XP gives me even more corruption. Merchant at 30. I mean, 30 is enough to buy anything I need, but also going into the last area without any corruption on 2 guys makes him weaker. I don't know. That was a tough choice, especially knowing this is my last area before the boss. I mean, the wind feels good, because then I can guaranteed have the wind for the retaliate. The water also feels good, because all my free actions with Nyx involve this, and I have the better redirect with more water. So I'm going to stay on the water side. A shifted Nyx. Let's go. Alright, that's our priority turn 1 is to catch, and then we gotta get rid of the Medusa, because of these poison shenanigans. So 4. That's only 2. That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. So it does have to be the Toxic Slash. Alright. So then I'm going to have to Toxic Slash again next turn. I only need 1 redirect to take everything on Jotun. So that's our primary goal. Let's start working through Medusa here. Actually, I have to do this first. I still have the wild, so I can still do what I want up top. I just want to make sure not to lose my redirect. Blood Drain heals for that amount. This is a really tough comp. With the double heals with the poison, this is actually hella scary. Especially with me trying to focus the catch rather than the kill with Tatzelworm. We'll see how this turn goes, but I'm not loving how that turn 1 worked out. Still can't stagger there. How's it only 1 to stagger? Last turn it was 2. Okay, alright. Stick with what we're doing. I mean, I think I have to stagger here for the sake of damage. That gives me this to get rid of my poison. Which then still gives me my redirection here. Alright, we're looking okay. Stop with the blood drain. You keep healing everyone else. Oh, the double Nyxes are tough. Nyx is such a powerful monster. If I did a tier list, I think Nyx would be at least A, maybe S. I kind of need to run it in a couple other comps to see what traits it gets access to. But man, is it strong. This, that, I should have the wild. Aether, alright, we're doing fine, we're up to 3 that we're never going to use there. I heal off my own team's poison, I think. Ooh, baby, alright. And then here, I still can't stagger. Because I can't stagger, I just need to kill something. I'm only getting hit once. I think this is more than enough shield for the turn. Alright, so next turn we focus on the stagger while still doing poison damage to the top Nyx. I just couldn't keep ignoring the Medusa with them healing and poisoning so much. It was starting to get a little sketchy. And with them restoring and healing as much as they are... Ooh, the restore restored up to 8 poise? What are we doing? What are we doing, Nyxes? That's insane. I might not be able to catch him. Because nothing there does anything. I mean, this at least hits him once. Okay, with the crits, we did get 2. And then I think we focus this top turd. They are both attacking, so this needs to be a big shield redirect turn. Keep our poison at a minimum. Hit them both. And get closer to the stagger down low. Man. I mean, the odds of getting that Nyx are pretty low considering it's a rare monster and it shifted, so I really feel like I have to catch it. But restoring that stagger made it tough, man. And Tatzelworm's getting to the point it's going to one-shot it. It's still at 5. It's got to be this so I don't kill. But it's dead with the poison. And it's still at 3. Yeah, shoot. Shoot. Nothing I can do. Alright, basic attack, poison should kill everything, we're out of here. That's unfortunate. Sorry, Nyx. Alright, what'd we get? I mean, I feel like we're doing pretty well on Aether now. I think for the end boss, doubling the poison damage feels kind of insane. So I do think it's the right time to take Incubation. Different way to apply for every 3 age. Yeah, we'll take that. That's fine. Staff, common, later. Might be time to ditch our gold. I mean, very end of the run feels like the right time to do that. Let's try and get through one of these guys before they get force up and start their retaliate nonsense. Look at that, everyone's starting with force now. Well, this is a weird turn. All we have are water actions. Alright, we'll do damage here, get closer to a stagger. And then we do our nonsense here with Tatzelworm's turn. We crit, so we generate the wild, which then allows us to... You guys are doing 2 support things, and you're hitting middle. So I just need to redirect the 1. So I'm going to do my less expensive redirect and keep more water. I was going to say that wasn't the right image for mineralized, but it looked fairly similar. Okay, they do both have force, so these are big retaliate turns. Which means I might just let them attack and waste their force and let the poison do its thing. Cleanse forward debuff. I'll save that for next turn. Let's get closer to staggering here. I mean, it's got to be Viral Burst. The difference in the damage was just insane. Could take out one, but I'm going to take all that to retaliate. Versus if I do this, I can then still redirect. So I'm going to take both these attacks, and then next turn, the bottom one hopefully doesn't have force. Wouldn't mind something that shields and retaliates now that I have so many ways to redirect with Jotun, but I'm also not going to get greedy. 10-10-3 does have one force up. 8-4 should not have a force. Okay, we kill the bottom guy. That was exactly what we hoped for. No damage. That worked out perfect. Holy cow, and we're starting our turn now with that match shield. That's insane. This might be... Yeah, that damage is starting to scale. That's pretty crazy. But this is still a really good turn. Mainly for the Corruption Cleanse. But also the poison. I mean, more attacks, less damage is perfectly fine. We'll get a crit in here, we'll get a wild, then we can redirect. And he should be dead on poison. And we're up to like 50 shield for this turn. I wish I had something that, like, when you had X amount of shield, it did something for your team. Get more poison. I mean, I'm getting way too greedy. Ooh, that was a good turn to have 50 shield. He did 58. He made it through. Good old Nagas, man. They are scary. Alright, let's see if we can just one-shot here and not take this retaliate. We can. We're out of here. Technically, it's not a one-shot. I already had damage out. I'm aware, but sometimes mentally it kind of resets each turn in my mind. And basically the goal is to kill and not take retaliate. Converts 1 into wild, shield suffer 2, initial evasion. I mean, I don't need the Corruption Cleanse at this point. The Aether chance is okay. The poison damage is actually nice, because +1 becomes +2 at the end of turns. But I'm doing at least a support action every turn, which gives me 4 shield. So, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That feels very strong. Oops. Alright, what do we got up top here? We got the tree. I don't think I need this. How corrupted are my guys? Like 2? 7s? Alright, I'm not going to quite get through 7, I guess. And this is the last area before the boss, so let's release 2 and we'll get rid of... I guess Tatzel... No, Nyx. I don't really want to fight an additional Nyx on the enemy side if I can help it. Alright, we still have a ton of gold. We could reroll something. We could get an item. We already tried that. We're just going merchant. Was there even an Aether Spring there? Isn't that why I went there? Converts 1 into wild, power chant, shielding, debuff. This is perfect for Jotun. Literally perfect. 1 random shield. Yes, I think this is worth it. And then let's take some XP. Maybe we can get lucky with who it lands on. Nope. Close. Do I still have a whole area here, or just the boss? I think just the boss. Alright, well, did we get enough gold? Not quite. Anywhere else we can get gold? Here we go, boss time. Boss fight. A good old hand. Alright, that poison's going crazy. We do our basic attack here. We just about stagger. We do with the extra crit. And then here, he's taking both hits. I mean, 37 feels like enough. 37 feels like enough. Alright, so let's see how much he takes. How do you already get 100 hands, man? 3 age first turn? That's an insane first turn. But to be fair, I did 130 damage without really anything offensive. Literally a basic attack. Alright, I mean, triggering the poison doesn't feel bad. Then I still have 1 and 2. So I could trigger the poison. That's going to do 40 damage. I think I'm just going to save the Aether. Let's do this. Get a big stagger. And then next turn, if I trigger the poison, it goes even crazier. Alright, he's not doing any damage, so we don't need the shield. Might just do this for the Cleanse Corruption, since it's a good turn for it. If I can stay going into that last fight with no corruption, that's more power to me. Basic attack turn. I'm going to save all my items. He's not doing anything scary. So how much do we take here? 33. Alright. So now we heal. Let's do this as my free action. And then attack here. That gets as much poison as we can before we trigger. I don't love the idea of the Hexing Harp. Keep him from AoE attacking. We do this. We still have the other 150 on the poison. 16, 16, 16, 165, and then we get an extra crit hit and the poison. And then here, let's redirect. He's doing basic attacks, but I'm going to take the lance as well. But this should be more than enough shield. I do gotta keep an eye on the 100 hands, right? Because I'm taking that on everyone. Alright, the double summon's kind of annoying. Whoa, 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 chill out, Fire Lances. We don't need you to hit me too. Ooh, I didn't get any Earth, but I have the Wild, so... Let's Viral Bloom straight into my main attack, and he should be dead. And we're out of here. And I can't cleanse more corruption with the rain, so we just kill. Alright, on to Big Boss. We did hit level 10 with Tatzelworm. Oh no, I can only have 4? Nah, we just take health then. Applies poison to each enemy? Nah, we just take health. Viral Bloom would be pretty big for a free action, but I'm just going to take health. I mean, Leeching Strike's my big hit. That heals great. Honestly, Water Charm's probably not that important now. But I'll reroll, let's see what we hit. Heal self, heals all allies, generate everything, 5 poison. Nah, we just take health. Alright, heal, shield, redirect, no. Applies redirect to self. So Winter Guard's actually really good, because it gets a little shield on everyone and redirects. So this is probably worth taking. Probably worth taking over Diamond Charm. Alright, what do we get here? Rod of Command. Okay, reset my turn. I have way too many things to use for this last fight, but it'll give me options. Pretty much I should be using something every turn. Wind Evasion, Initial Force, Debuff Cleanse, and Initial Shield. Wind Power. How close am I to leveling up on these guys? Not at all, not at all, not at all. Okay, the XP means nothing then. But this is better than my other drum, I think. Yeah, for sure. Sure, we get a Monster Soul. That's super important at this point. Alright, boss fight. Here we go. Alright. Talking. Oh, shoot. I'm in a bad way. Sorry, trying to multitask, not doing a good job. I just got a bunch of notifications that all my football people are dead or dying. Not really, but everyone's injured. And they were like last second injuries, so no pivots. No pivots, we make it work. Yeah, we're skipping this, we're fine. Alright, done multitasking, or at least fielding full rosters. They might not be pretty, but it is what it is. Oh boy. Alright, so the only issue with this comp, and I was thinking about it early, but is this fight. Because I really want to do my normal shenanigans with every person every turn, and I just can't do that. So you're only basic attacking the top. So I actually think just shielding myself is a fine first turn to then not take too much corruption. And then let's try and get through one of these hands. I will do a water attack to everything at the end of the turn. I mean, the basic attack here gets me to 1. The water should stagger. And then only one guy's getting corrupted next turn. This is just completely wasted, but that's alright. I don't really need to shield everyone. Reactivate Nyx. What good does that do me? Nah. It's not worth it. Not worth it. Alright, yeah, I'll just do a little baby damage here, it's fine. I'm gonna keep talking, my wife's opening the garage, so just gonna cover up that background noise. Alright, who are you corrupting now, is the question. My damage dealer. That's not what we wanted, that's alright. Shields all allies, cleanse 3, we don't need that. The big shield here does feel good. I'm gonna save this for when my guys get a little corrupted. So let's do our normal shenanigans here, get more poison out there, and then start attacking the other hand. Now that this is water, it will be down to less. The basic attack gets it to 1, and then I redirect down low, and then when Tatzelworm's not corrupted next turn, we can actually do something. This has to be the play, even though I don't like it. I don't want to give him a Tatzelworm or a Nyx. So we have this for a bigger shield. I only have 1 redirect out. I kind of hate that. I could reactivate Nyx. Reactivating Nyx. Staggers. Okay, I'm okay with this. Because I think if I break this, I'm no longer corrupted, and then I can actually use Tatzelworm's turn, right? Already did, but I guess that's fine for next turn. Shields everyone. Alright, I'm fine with the Winter Guard, because I'm only going to be able to redirect one to myself. Feeling pretty good. He's already taking huge damage, and I'm not doing anything. Alright, Tatzelworm, now's your time to shine, my man. Oh, I had 1 corruption. 4 and 4 health, lol. Not scary. We're looking fine. Alright, we do this. Actually, it might be a good cleansing. Get rid of that tear. But let's do this. That should give us multiple redirects to take everything. The poison's going to kill everyone. We heal everyone to get more poison out there. I then trigger that poison. And then I do this. Might be worth reactivating my turn. No, probably a good Hexing Heart turn. Let's break the AoE. Reactivate. I'd get close to staggering, but probably not worth it. Alright, that makes it much less scary. So I'm only taking single target attacks. Shield, cleanse 3 debuffs. No, we don't need that. Bigger shield. We're just going to take this shield. Alright, looking good through 3 rounds. Round 4, here we go. Back to being single corrupted. Okay. We can get through that hand in 1 turn. Which is probably worth it. Then what's he doing? Single target, single target. We still got a redirect down low. I could even reactivate with Tatzelworm. Okay. We do our free action. I think I do my leech attack. This gets rid of the terror, but I'm not doing okay on terror right now. Let's get more poison out. Now this goes crazier. It's really hard to pass on that much damage, but also, like, just breaking that hand feels really good. So even though I'm wasting my big guy's attacks, it is worth it. Alright, give me a sec. Alright, so we reactivated here, so we get another free turn. I mean, I think it's got to be the Viral Bloom, and then this gets me to 42 with the redirect, so I'd be taking both. I do wish I would have hit a good Retaliate skill with Jotun, something that shielded myself and gave me a Retaliate. Because, like, getting up to 4 power kind of would be crazy to start to Retaliate. He does enough damage. That's 44 shield, that's 40. I guess it's only 2 difference, and I saved myself the 2 wild. I don't think there's any way he one-shots me through 42. I might regret that, but I stand by it. Honestly, I'm in a pretty strong spot. Like, dodging him from doing something major, corrupting multiple of my people, was very, very strong. Hate that. Alright, well, we can stagger him to stop this whole turn. Free cleansing? No, I can't do that. It's got to be free. I mean, we're breaking, so the shield's really not impactful. The heal's not super impactful, but it does give me more poison on him. So that's the only reason I'm doing this. We then do the Leeching Strike. We get more heals, more poisons. I don't have the right element to hit the hands. Shield, cleanse. This is worth it just for the sake of the cleanse. Let's keep the terror down. Oh, I am still taking one hit. But he can't get through 40 with one hit. I could redirect up top. That doesn't do a whole lot. I can get a bigger shield. That doesn't do a whole lot. We don't really care about those. We don't really care about that. It's crazy that I have all those and none of them are that impactful. Worth it. Gets close to staggering that hand without giving myself any corruption. Alright, I am poisoned, but it's only 2, so I don't have to worry about the Doom Bloom too much. I don't even think my guys are corrupted. I don't know how he's making these copies. I mean, they only have 4, so literally I get a little poison on them, trigger it, I'm out of there, but... still annoying. So I don't have what I need. I mean, I do think it's almost time I just start ignoring the corruption and try and finish this cycle while Tatzelworm is safe. Attacking top, attacking top. We got the redirects. Alright, now if I trigger this, everyone's dead. I can't hurt the hand, but I can do insane damage to him. That's not worth it. It's not the right element. So I'm going to Viral Bloom. Let's get more wild. I'm going to reactivate and then try and do the exact same thing again and end it. Insane. Insane damage by Tatzelworm. What a showing. The crit poison build. Wow. I mean, Minnow felt strong at points, and Goliath felt like a carry, but the glass cannon was unreal. Kudos to Tatzelworm. That was a really cool showing of the skill, and I think that really highlighted Nyx's role. And Jotun, we just shielded and redirected the whole time, but that's exactly what I needed for the other 2 people to shine. So that was a really perfect synergy between this comp. So hopefully you learned something and enjoyed that one. Highly recommend giving Tatzelworm a try. We'll see you guys again soon.